Yo, what is going on? So here I am. I am somewhere in Oregon getting ready for a concert tonight while I am on tour with an artist. It's my first tour. We're 3 days in. And I just wanted to sit down, kind of show the views. No, I'm just kidding. But really just talk about my experience thus far in terms of just going with the flow. Because we've had some fun times getting here with our rental van, and it's broken down almost once on the road. That was fun. And just getting it in general was a whole hassle and a whole trouble. But I do highly believe, let's go for a little walk. I do highly believe that everything happens for a reason, right? And part of that is experiencing life as it happens. And sometimes with that, you don't really get a choice with how it happens, right? But it's how you adjust and you go from the cards that you're dealt or the experiences that make you make those decisions to pivot that matter. So that is what we have done this trip thus far. And it's actually just been really enjoyable because you get to experience it together. And I say enjoyable because you get through it, right? You look back on life at some of these experiences that you're like, well, that was shitty, or even like the super positive ones. And you're like, well, fuck yeah, why can't that just be every day of my life? Well, you know what? It's maybe because each thing that happens in our life is for a reason. As cliche as that sounds, I'm a firm believer in that because like I just know for myself, even like the worst times in the lows, the very big lows, there was all a purpose in it. And how we pivot and go from there, I think, is really the main difference in living a life where you're like, the world's out to get me, or living a life that you're like, fuck yeah, I'm living in this world and it's my choice how I take it on a daily basis. And I think that's just a beautiful part of life, and just being in places like this or just experiencing new things always gives me a new appreciation and gratitude towards that. And I just think it's something that we don't really look at enough as people, because we're always so consumed with like what's going on around us and what's going on in other people's lives that sometimes we don't take the moment, at least for myself, to reminisce and really experience life as it happens. And that's the main reason I got in front of the camera, is because I just wanted to talk about, show life how it's really true, and it's not just all a highlight reel that we see on social media. Because, you know, when we see these highlight reels on social media, that's when envy, depression, comparison syndrome, and I highly believe that comparison is the thief of joy when you do it for the purpose of saying, damn, why am I not there? Why do I not have this? Why am I not talented enough to do this? Because it's all self-doubt, and it's all just unhealthy like outlooks, and it's easy to do it. I do it myself, whether that's going on a trip, just sitting in your room, listening to music, sitting on the floor, just going, staring off into space. However you find some peace, I encourage you to do some of that. I hope you have a good rest of the day, night, morning, wherever you're at. Thank you for tuning in, and there will be more to come. Let's go.